Okay, once you've logged on, Louis, once you've logged on, can you open up, go to your students' drive, so it's inside the composite, all students, year 11 STD, it's called size W5T1. Please. Jess, you're on yesterday, were you? Yeah. I can't, you had my class. See you. Comfortable, mate? How come you guys are always, the machines are always slow to come on? Slow user? What's wrong with listening to the password?
No, I just I'm not done it.
Also have your first assessment task to give you today. Can't call me that. Pretty good, but it's not that good. I'll give that to you towards the end of the lesson so you're not distracted too much. Really? What do you think? No, let's stop playing with cables, please, mate. Excuse me. Where have you been? I know you're late, that's why I'm asking where you've been. Mate, the bill went 8 minutes ago. Well, okay, let me suggest to you that you don't go and play at little lunchtime and you stay in your classroom. Okay? Because everyone else is here on time. Okay? Next time you're late, there's a consequence for it. Please don't walk in and start pulling cables. If you miss out on the work you're might have to double up with somebody. What's happening, Eli? Are you already locked in? Okay, once you've got it open, in that column called SN, I'd like you to put a 9-digit serial number for each person. Nathan, can you put your phone away, please, mate? Or you're playing with your clutch of plans again. Oh. So you're just logging on now, Nathan? Yeah. No, I didn't ask you to change any width or anything. I just asked you to put a 9-digit number in. Lawrence, it doesn't work, I'm pretty sure. I think you have to cover it. What's wrong, Louis?
You need to put a number at the end because zero is blank, I don't think.
Yes, yeah, I guess somebody's editing it out like that.
Does somebody lock my castle?
Somebody's just editing
Lawrence,
it out.
please do not play around with the cables at the back. I've told you, this is the third time now. I don't think that works, so you'll need to buddy up with somebody. Lawrence, you'll need to buddy up with somebody. Louis, everyone else has got into it? No, you can click on enable editing, mate. Try saving it to your own. Click up the top in the yellow bar, it says enable editing.
Sir, my car's locked out.
Well, Nathan, I can't do anything about it.
It's not being locked.
Okay, you want to go to Jesse. Or you can let Lawrence use your computer now. you got into it, Louis? You're into it now? Oh. So you should save it to your own folder. Okay, in the score, I'd like you to give each person a score out of 100. And in the name column, I'd like to see if you can join their first name with their surname. Oh, you got in, Nathan?
Yes. It's a miracle.
I don't want you to type their first name and surname. I want you to see, can you stop speaking while I am, please? I don't want you to type their first name and surname. I want you to see if you can come up with a formula to make it join. Once you've given them each a score, below the scores, I would like you to have the average of the scores. Honestly, can we use this one? They're good. So you need to have a score for each. Oh no, you don't need. Please, 6 people using a calculator. Isn't it funny? They're all sitting next to each other. Because we'll just look what you do. Excel is a calculator. 7 people using a calculator. Don't open up the calculator thing. Excel has many functions. It will do the calculations for you. Eli, get rid of the calculator.
So I don't know how to use Excel.
But you do know how to get rid of the calculator.
I don't know what's in that.
Okay, what I want you to do is, Ellie, what I want you to do is explore, and then if you can't work it out, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Okay? If you've never used Excel before, to put any function in, you start with the equal sign. Oh, come on. You need to be able to listen while you're trying to get it. You need to be able to listen to me and not these things. You can put a score in for each person. You put a serial, 9-digit serial number in for each person. There's lots of built-in functions. If you type in equals, see, that's why you don't know, Jess. Because I'm telling you how to do something now, and you're talking to Nathan. Don't worry about him. When I send your HSC marks in, you can't just filter them and say, I got that mark because I was helping my mate. Type in equals at the cell below the averages. Equals. Surely you know what equals is. It's the key just above, just under the plus, it's up near the backspace. So type in equals inside the cell that is below the scores. Press the equals key. And then after the equals, start typing the word average. A, V. You'll see a little box comes up. And it'll give you the function there. Click on average. Then you'll have a bracket. Then put the cell range. We don't put just one cell, we put the cell range. The cell range is E2 colon E8. E2 colon E8, close the bracket off. So I'll go from the beginning, you put equals, you start typing A, V, E, the function average will pop up. Click on that. It's open bracket. E2 colon E8, that picks up all the numbers from E2 to E8, so E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8. Close the bracket off and then enter it in by pressing enter or clicking on the tick. tick is up here. Tick is there. If you click the tick, that enters the formula. Okay, so you don't even have to work out the average. You don't have to add them and divide them. Excel has a function for you to work out the average. So everybody should have 10 scores in and an average down below. Is there anybody that hasn't been able to do the average function? Okay. What do you notice about your serial numbers if you put them in? 9-digit serial numbers. What have you noticed, Ellie?
They've changed.
That they've changed. What have they changed to, Liam?
Oh, yeah.
What have they changed to, mate? They changed to the same. Anybody want to elaborate? What have they changed to, Louis?
No, I didn't.
Okay, can you do it? 9-digit serial number. Can you put it in? What have they changed to, Matthew?
They changed to a number.
They haven't changed to a number. The thing is, the number is too big for the column. The number's too big for the column, so it's trying to do it to you in a notation type, scientific notation. So let's make the column wider. What I'd like you to do is take your cursor. Can you do this, Lawrence, as I'm talking? Take your cursor up to be between A and B. So change. You've got to escape out of the cell. So it changes to a little cross like that. Just double click, and that will automatically make your cell wide enough to fit those numbers in. I can't believe it. There's still some people that don't have it. That was the first thing you're supposed to do. Put a 9-digit serial number in. And I will show you another little trick. If you had more than one column that you wanted to auto width, you simply click up this top left. Can you just escape? You just click up this top left column, little box there. It selects all the rows, and then if you do an auto width on one of them, it'll make them all auto width. Okay? So you should have 9-digit serial numbers now. You should be able to read the numbers. You should have a mark for all of them. Okay, you should be able to see the average. If your average is in a decimal, you can actually truncate it by clicking on it and then going up to the top and saying decrease the amount of decimals, which is just up here. Okay. If your highest bar got 72, it doesn't matter what they got, it's more important where they come. So I would like to see if you could work out how to show their ranking in that rank column. Please don't go to 4, never used it before. You didn't use average before, and it was there. Okay, try the same approach. Try the same approach that you just did the average. Try that approach with the rank. If you need help, put your hand up. Have you done the average one, boys? Now you've got some written there instead of average. Get rid of it, delete it, click it. Do as I said, 6 times 4 type equals. Start typing average. A, B, E, R. And you see the average function there? Right, click on that. Right, and each is on what in the range. And you just click on F13. Okay, F13. Put the range numbers above it from E2. Well, it's not one cell to range of cells. E2 to E9. So you can either type in E2 or you can drag your cursor across them. That's it. Close it off with a bracket. Close bracket. Press hit enter. Now saying that's the average of these range of cells. So it adds them all up and divides by the number of cells. So you don't actually have to do the adding or the dividing, that does it itself. Yes, Ellie? Does that help?
For rank, do you
Yeah.
use average or EQ?
No, you use rank.
Yeah, but you have average.
Use rank. And you can read it. Ranking what? What are you ranking? Just like the average. With the average, we had to say what? With the average, we had to say what range we're getting the average of. Now you've got to say, what are you ranking? You're ranking their mark. When you type in rank, it'll actually show you what the parameters are that go with it.
What does rank stand for?
What does rank stand for?
Right.
A reference.
So, A2.
Yep, that's right. Good. Okay, what's the 65? Oh, okay. No, well, so that's what we're trying to rank. So not 65, but E2. Because here, if we change his 65, if he got his mark changed, he wouldn't change the rank.
You do comma.
Yep, comma. Good. And now the range.
The range.
The range. E9 is just a cell. The range. So it's E2 to E9. You already have copies of that. E2, comma, and now the range. The range is E2, colon, E8. You're not really listening to me. You bring E2. You're ranking the E2 against E2 to E8. Yes, they are. You've just got E2 to E8. You're ranking E2, comma, E2 to E8. So you're trying to rank that mark against all the marks. So it's a range of marks. The range, we express the first cell, colon, last cell. So the range is E2 to E8. So you're ranking the mark against the range. You can't just have E2 here. You're ranking the cell. You're ranking the cell against the range. So you put rank, comma, the cell reference. Sorry, not comma. Rank, bracket, the cell reference, comma, the range reference. I love how everybody looks at everyone else's and sees what they're doing. Well, you mean that you just told us how to do it? Oh, sorry, I'd rather look at the mates. Now, if you're just typing the same thing row after row after row, stop and imagine what you would be doing if you had 1,000 people in there with their marks, or 100,000, or 1,000,000, or 10 million. There's a lot easier way to repeat that formula. Yes, folks? So can you repeat that ranking all the way down? So everybody's got a ranking. To fill up the cells below, Nathan, I'm going to take it, mate. I've told you plenty of time. No, mate, save it. Click on the cell, hover to the right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner, until your cursor changes to a little thin cross. Then grab it and drag down. Just like Lawrence is doing now, but let go. Yep. And as you drag down, it will take that same formula and put it down in the cells below.
5 minutes.
Yes?
How do I make a part of the formula standard? So,
How do you make a what?
so when I
No, how do you make a what?
part of the formula like constant. So for the reference, I put it. Okay.
You've got two people with different masters, they're both on the same. That's crazy. Okay, so you can work out why. Have a look at the formula. What are you confused about? The range of yes, that means it's a range. Yeah. So it looks like a big one. So bracket. B2.
Is there anyone who can do the rank for one cell? You don't have to type in the cells all the time. You don't have to click on the cell or type in for you.
Make half the formula standard so it doesn't change.
Equals, bracket over bracket, B2, comma, B2, whole, D8. That's it, load of brackets. Right, Louis? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Hey, you just wrote it in there.
No.
Here's the rest. Again, move it up one cell so you're in the right spot. Nathan, have you done it? Now listen as I'm talking to you. Just equals. Like doing your right? Bracket. B2. Comma. B2. Whole. D8. End bracket. Okay. Is there anyone that hasn't been able to do the rank for one, just for one cell? Okay, stop and look up here for a second. Right, can you click on sheet 2 for me, please? Okay, everybody click on sheet 2 down the bottom, so you've got a new sheet. Okay, in A, I want you to put 5 numbers. 1 in 1, 1 in 2, 1. Put 5 numbers. Just put 5 numbers in the A column and then 5 numbers in the B column. Any 5 numbers, it doesn't matter. Yell that done as soon as you're done.
Done.
So it's half the class.
Done.
All you got to do is type 10 numbers. Is there anyone that hasn't typed 5 numbers in A and 5 numbers in B? Yes, 2 people, but they're not saying it. Okay, in this column C, right, equals A1 plus B1. Hit equals. Hit enter. Alright, that cell now contains the value of A1 added to B1. Why do we not have 5 numbers here? Of course you do. Can you put 5 numbers? Can you put a number in 2, a number in 3, a number in 4, and a number in 5, like I did ask before? In the B column, click. Right, so we've got in C, we've got a sum. It's just adding the 2. If I have a lot of numbers here, I don't want to be typing that every time. So just grab the right bottom corner so that your cursor turns into a little black cross and drag it down. Where's your 5 numbers?
I wrote 5 numbers and then I looked at the board and then I read them like those into a menu.
Just the numbers 2, 3, 7, 2, 5. Okay, now, yeah, just a number, one number down, just not 5-digit numbers. It's hard when I've got you there and you're not listening to me either, and then people see what you've done. I'm not going to be late again, Lawrence, are you? Okay, now, so when we fill down, Jess, please tell me you've done this. Okay, when we fill down, the reason we fill down is so that, Eli, have you done it?
I'm getting it done now. So I kept looking at the board. Okay,
All right. Okay, so when we fill down, when we grab it by the bottom corner, we fill down, it copies the formula for us, right? But click on the second one. Have a look at the formula. It actually says A2 plus B2. But in the top one, we actually wrote A1 plus B1. It changed it. What? Magic. No computer software. We click on C3 and it's changed it from A3 to B3. We click on C4, it's changed it from A4 to B4. The reason why is when we put the formula in, we're not actually saying add A1 to B1. What we're saying is add the cell that is 2 to the left to the one that is 1 to the left. So when we go here, it's actually 2 to the left plus 1 to the left. 2 to the left, 1 to the left. We call that relative reference. If I said to you, move back 1 chair and 2 to the left, if you were sitting here, you'd end up there. If you were sitting here, you'd end up there. If you were sitting there, you end up there. If I wanted you to go to a specific seat, I would need to say to you, go to that chair there. Go to chair in row 4, aisle 6 or whatever. Okay, that would be a specific reference. If I said to you, go back to 1, it would depend where you start from. When we drag it down, it keeps it relative. So, if we wanted to say, always add this number to this, what we could do is put a $sign in to say, don't go down, stay at number 1. So come back up to here to C1. In between the A and the 1, put a $sign. In between the A and the 1, put a $sign. Did you do that? Put a $sign. Anybody that hasn't put the $sign yet? Thank you. Have that again. Good work. Good Clash of Clans, right? Enter that in, so by either hit enter. Okay. Go back up to it. Grab the bottom corner and drag down. Okay, now when you click in C2, it's actually A1 plus B2. When we look at C3, it's A1 plus B3. When we click in C4, it's A1 plus B4. Click in C5, it's A1 plus B5. So what we do, we put a dollar there to make it an absolute reference rather than the dollar reference, rather than the relative reference. Sorry. So we put a dollar sign in to make it an absolute reference rather than a relative reference. Because we're going down, we're filling in down ways, but we want to always refer to number one, we put the dollar in front of the one. If we're going across, filling across ways, we need to put it in front of the letter. Right? Let's not worry about that too much. So, going back to on our first sheet, with our rankings, if we just drag down, it looks a bit funny because this is saying rank this against this to here. And this one's saying rank this from here to here. Notice how the range is moving, E4 to E10, E5 to E11. As I move that down, the range I'm ranking it against, the range is moving with it. So when I get down to here, I'm actually saying rank 85 against 85 to nothing. So using the dollar sign, put a dollar sign in there where you think it should go, then drag down. You're trying to refer to the same range each time. So use a dollar sign in your range, not the cell you're ranking. So in F2, pop in F2. You've got to get out of that cell first. I think you're trying to get that cell into the press escape. You're already there. You press escape. Okay, so in F2, at the range, put a dollar sign in the range, or you'll need more than one dollar sign actually. Then drag down. Now you should have unique numbers. Okay, good boy. So you're using $2 signs in the range. Not there yet. How do you go with that? Click on the check. Beautiful. Right. How do you go, Lawrence? I can't see it. So it should be $2, $8. Yep. Okay, now the last thing for spreadsheets, we're going on to something else. I've given you a column there called name. Oh, actually, Louis taken it out for some reason. Good. In the name, I'd like you to join their first name and their surname. I know you don't know how to do it. I just want you to have a little go, then I'll show you. I want you to join their first name and their surname. So that their first name and their surname appears in the one cell. You right, Liam? Done it already? No. Don't expect you to know it, especially if you don't know your Excel. Lots of people that don't know this. We're trying to join the two cells. Don't need an if. What would you base it on? If first name is Bob, don't set the name down. Don't need an if. Don't even need a function. Okay, listen, I'm going to be really literal. So we want the D column, we want it to show the first name and the second name. We want it to show the first name and the second name. So we want it to show what's in B2 and C2. And then in D3, we want it to show what's in B3 and C3. Boy, Louis. Yes, you use the concatenate.
Addition. How did you? Is there a way that you?
And.
Oh,
And. Do you know another way of saying and?
Yeah. But you don't have to say equals D2 because you're already in D2. You're almost there. We always start a formula off with equals. You don't need the brackets. It works, isn't it? And then you can just drag down. Drag down straight. Alright, now, see if you can do that. Good boy. See if you can get a space in between.
See, isn't it much better when you discover it yourself rather than just looking at your mate? Luke Ogden worked it out himself. Lucian did a different way to the function. And Sydney worked it out himself. That's much better than me just going, I'll do it like this. Because then you go, okay, it's also the next thing I'll just copy it.
What you got? Show me yours. Yep. Okay. The symbol above the 7 is called an ampersand. Again, some people didn't even know what's called that. Speaking to a teacher the other day, she couldn't say the word concatenate. I said, use an ampersand. She goes, what's that? I said, an ampersand above the 7. But what's that? It's an ampersand. What? An ampersand. Well, what's it? It's an amp. What? So the symbol just above the 7 is called an ampersand. That will allow you to join two cells.
So how do you get it right?
Figures are on the keyboard.
Yeah, no.
So you want the first name and a space and the surname. So if you've done it, now see if you can put a space in between. So you want the first name and the space and the surname. Isn't that the most annoying sound? And see Dumber and Dumber? Jesse Nathan? You said it? What happened, Sydney?
My monitor.
Again.
I think I kicked it out.
You get space?
I'm waiting for it.
What happened to yours?
I don't.
Did you work it out anyway to get space?
Too many.
So it's the first name and space and the surname.
That right?
That's right, just to have the first and surname in the spreadsheet. Just the one spreadsheet. Yep, and just compose it up, and then you join the surname. And you say the first name and the space and the surname.
Roddy. Don't even look at me straight. No, that's disgusting. Have one.
Double speech marks for Excel, not single. Ampersand.
The real.
You don't need to type into the two you're reading. You're trying to refer to the cell. Did I do the thing? I've done the thing many times, my friend, a lot more than what you've done. Yes, I did that. Why? You're giggling at the name. You just worked it out now, did you? So it's been up for 35 minutes and you've only just realised it's got bent over on me.
I didn't say J will be just.
Sorry? You only realise when you put them together. Yeah. Click up the top.
save that Excel in your own SPV folder. And
Do you want us to just override it or call it something else?
you'll call it whatever you want. Okay, if you haven't finished that, just save it. You can finish it another time and then your attention now to remember or something else. So quickly, save it in your own SD file, but close it and swivel around it. Yeah.
Get a drink.
Yes, mate. Are you hot? Yeah. You're wearing a jacket. It's summer, you're wearing a jacket. Okay. So, there's a mathematician many years ago, and his name was Boolean. And he pops up in our subject now and then. Okay? We do a little bit of Boolean algebra next year, year 12, but at the moment we need to know what Boolean operators are. Boolean operators are the words and or. Okay? We also have a variable type called a Boolean. Okay, so have a variable of the type Boolean. We want to just call it found. So in Pascal, I would do that and say I have a variable called found and it is the type Boolean. What can a Boolean be?
Is it true or false?
True or false. So we don't have a range. It's not a bunch of numbers. We can't make found equal to 7 or 12 or 2.6. We don't make it to yes I have, hello world, my name is Bob. The only two things found can be equal to is true or false. Does that make sense? Okay. Boolean, we're talking about Boolean, we're talking about 1 or 0. True or false, off or off. A bit like our light switch. Okay? It's either that or it's that. There's nothing else. I don't have a range. I can't turn it up like a dimmer. It's either off or on. It's either true or false. Everyone knows that. So, in all programming languages, as far as I know, they have variable of the types Boolean. Okay? So, how do we use it? Why do we use it? Now, the other day we looked at while loops. And in our while loop, we can actually have more than one condition. So we can say while condition 1 is true and condition 2 is true to our statements. Please thanks. Now this is a pre-test. Remember, we test first before we do the statement. So get to here, we say, is this condition true? Yes. And is this condition true? Yes. Do this. What happens if both of them are false? Yes? It doesn't do it. What happens if condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false? Ellie? Doesn't do it. Column 1 if condition 1 is false, but condition 2 is true. No, it doesn't. Okay? It only does this when this condition and this condition is true. Okay? It's an and. So you say, Mum or Dad, can I go out tonight? And they go, 2 things. 1, if you've got transport. 2, if you've got money. You have to have money and transport for you to go out. The statement is going out. So while I've got money and I've got transport, I go out. If you've run out of money, you don't go. You've got $1,000 in your pocket, but you've got no transport, you don't go. You've got no money, you've got no transport, you don't go. The only way you're going to get to go is if you've got money and you've got transport. However, if I change that and to an or, now you say, can I go out? Your mum goes, have you got money?
You go, no, I have got transport. So while you've got money or you've got transport, you can go out. So with the and, we need both conditions to be true. With an or, we only need this condition or this condition to be true. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so and is both or is either one. But what about this bound boolean? This might be, A over 18, A this, have got this, how much we've got. But we can say that one of our conditions, transport is a boolean, that transport equals true. Okay? So it's not a value, it's not like a 7 or a 16 or 35. Here they might say, oh, you need to have more than $20, and then we need to say greater than. But transport is either you have it or you haven't. Okay, it's not like, I've got the limit. Have you got transport? Well, I don't. Okay, you either have or you haven't. Have you got a bus pass? Yes or no? It's a boolean. Yes or no? That's why sometimes I say to you, have you done this? And you go, well, I go to you, no, it's a yes, no answer. Right? The reason I'm saying that is, binary. It's a yes, no. It's not an almost or a maybe or could have. Transport is a boolean, it's either true or it's false. Okay? So, in this loop, if I've got money and I've got transport, this loop's going to keep on going on. But remember, inside our while loop, we have to have something that changes the condition, otherwise the while loop would never change. So what could change here? You're always going to be able to go out until you've, well, you guys, when you party, you go out, you got $50, and your mate's driving you, and you can stay out until, sorry? Until you run out of money. When you run out of money, that's not true anymore, so then the while loop's break. Okay? So we can actually use booleans in our while loops for using repeats, and it's a way of being able to escape the while loop. So in here we could say if something happens, make transport equal to false, then we're going to go. The friend says I've got to go home and have the car back. The car's broken down, flat tyre, not in a way, whatever. If your transport becomes false, then your loop finishes. Okay? I won't cover it all because I want you guys to have a look at the system task. After I've given it to you, I want you to sign the form to say that you've received it. I'll quickly talk to it. Just go pass the ball along. Yes, and you pass over here. Just so this is your second form.
So you one extra here.
Why do you use it first? Why do you get one? So you do the potatoes at home, and once the potatoes dish your salt up. Okay, so it's worth 15 in the overall scheme of things. Part A, divide the following components of a personal computer into 1 or 4 columns in a table. So you draw up a table in Word. You put the headings in the first column, input, the second column, processing, the third column, output, the fourth column, storage. You then grab these components and you just put them in the right column. CPU, scanner, printer, keyboard, RAM, monitor, hard drive, floppy disk drive, sound card, speakers, microphone, ALU, AGP. Okay, you throw them into the table and you define each component. So you say what each one does. Okay? That's your name and define. That's your simple part. Whenever you get asked a question, if it says name and define, that's your first step. Okay? And that's the basic level. You should be able to name something. You can't explain something if you can't name it. Okay? Then the next part. Design a 3-question program to test students about hardware, written Pascal and pseudocode. Your question may be true, false, or a multiple choice. So you might just say to them, RAM is volatile, true or false. Okay? So you'll need to make a Pascal program, and you'll need to hand it in on the USB, as well as giving me the code. In your code that you've done, you need to identify the hardware that's being used. So you need to say whether it's an input by the keyboard or something else, inputting some other way. You need to say whether it's being processed. You need to be saying whether it's output. So when they type, I'll give you a lead up here. When they're typing in their answer, that's the input by the keyboard. Okay? So in your pseudocode, you can just do it in your Pascal code, you can just do it as comments, so inside the curly braces. And then part D, there's a little scenarios there. Many movies and music files can be downloaded from the internet using torrent technology at no cost. And a program is for sale, and somebody copies it, distributes it for free so nobody buys it from the publisher. Discuss the legal, social, and ethical issues that arise from these actions. Mr. Lee's put on there, use the alarm matrix to scaffold the response. I will get you a copy of the alarm matrix, okay? That's what we have here. I'll get that for you next lesson. Have you guys discussed alarm with any of the other teachers? Previously in English. Okay, so all work needs to be printed on A4 paper and the USB. Make sure you label the USB because they're all very small, easy to lose, easy to get confused. Okay, you've got 2 weeks to do this. It's not very hard. If you struggle with this, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, if you need help, come and talk to me. Please don't say, oh, would you help him? I'm happy to help anybody. You can email me. You can come and see me in my office. You can ask me in class. I'll give you time to work on it. Okay? Grab me as a wasn't past you. I'm happy to help you. Okay? But it's no use just sitting at home and not doing it and going, oh, I don't know how to do it. Okay, has everybody signed the sheet that's come around? Okay, put this into your folder. And I'd like you to open up Pascal and see if you can write a while loop that has an and or or in it and uses a Boolean variable. I'll say it again because I know some of you weren't listening because you like to do that in my class for some reason. Open up Pascal, write a program with a while loop. So you know what to do, Ellie? For the Pascal. Do you know what to do in Pascal? Open up Pascal. Then a small program has a while loop, so you don't get the computer switch on. I want you to have an and or an or in there, so you've got 2 conditions. And one of them I'd like to have a Boolean. Yes?
I was going to say, could you show me how you did a question?
When everyone else is working on the for loops.
Oh, we go back to one.
Yes. Is there anyone that hasn't got past number 10 in the for loops? Is there anyone that hasn't got past number 10 in the for loops? Did you pass 10, yes? Did you pass number 10? This straightforward at the back there. Lawrence, have you signed the sheet? Beg your pardon? Take it short. Ellie, what do you do with the sheet? Okay, so just a simple while loop in Pascal. If you've forgotten how to write, grab one from that you've saved already. It's while condition do begin. You don't write and while. Don't get confused between your Pascal and your pseudo. You won't get examined on Pascal in your exams. You will in pseudo. You need to be very, very good at pseudocode. You will have to read it, you will have to check it for errors, you will have to write whole algorithms in pseudo. In next lesson we might have a little seating plan. You sit here, you sit here, you sit here. You can't sit next to this person. Just check one of your whiles that you did previously. Because it's while condition do begin. It's not and while, it's and semicolon. If you want to open up one of your ones from previous, that's okay. Bring that in, just change your conditions. So you're going to have two conditions. Don't get up, Lawrence. You're going to have two conditions. So you're going to have an and or an or. Why are you on the website? Ask me if you don't know how to do it. We'll get one here otherwise. You won't have Google in your exam. And I've set it out there 5 times how to do it. While condition do begin. The end of the end semicolon, not end while. That's good. That's it. What one is it? Now in Pascal, you've got to put the two conditions inside brackets. Each condition has to be inside its own brackets in Pascal. Now we don't very rarely use brackets in pseudo. In Pascal, you'll need to have brackets for each condition. So it knows where the or sits or the and sits, so it doesn't take the next word. You don't need to be on Google. You don't need to look things up on the internet. You either ask me or you use the last example you did before. Yes, sir. Yep, so there's your syntax there. While condition do begins. Statement in the semicolon. So you just copy paste that in and then just change the condition to where you want it. Give me a call when you've got one done up and come out of it. You don't need to read it on Google. You don't need to look it up online. I think that's the 4th time I said it. Nice formatting, Lucian. There you go, CD. What's in there? Number. While I
I'm trying to think.
while I what? No. I'll ask you what's next. We're saying while A.
Yeah.
What do you mean while A? While A.
I was gonna have while A is.
Yeah, but you'd already closed the bracket off. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
sorry.
saying. So you just said while A exists.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking, sorry.
While A is equal to.
Yeah.
Yep. And because that would make it equal to. We don't use colon equals when we're looking at.
So it's just like this.
Yep. When we're testing its condition, we just use it equal. If we use colon equals, it will make it that, and so that will be true all the time.
Okay.
Question, Jess? Okay, we need to put found and please true is on the bracket, and we need to put transport equals true. Don't forget, inside your while loop, you have to be able to change the condition. So you might just say, yes.
Which code have we already done that's had a while loop in there? Oh, I think there's a
What you say is while. That's, Sydney.
Yeah.
That's last time about with variables. That's why we need variables meaningful names, and that's the same thing with files. We should give files meaningful names.
Okay.
So when you're trying to go through your program, if you've got lots of variables, you don't want to be saying, oh, what variable is the one that controls the pay?
Yeah.
What's the variable that's called pay?
Okay.
Yeah? So it's a lot easier to decode.
Yeah.
You want to have something inside the loop that where the condition is changing. You might just go back to the old one we used. What is your age? Are you an Aussie citizen? So while age is greater than 18 and citizen equals yes, so you can vote. And then it goes back and asks again. You can vote. You can vote. So you know they're not an Aussie citizen. You know their age is less than, and it doesn't stop saying that. Anybody getting an award tomorrow? You are? What for? In maths. Are you going to take the biggest question plan? Yeah, good. Louis. It's on the board. Or, well, transport equals something, or transport equals true, or money equals holes, and you wrap them in brackets, each condition in bracket. So while bracket transport equals true in bracket. While bracket transport or get doing and inside your loop you need to have something where you can change one of them. Big fella. Finish it off. Yes, sir. We don't use the word condition. I use condition to say that to represent the condition. So you can just make up any condition you want. Can you go and use on the
Yeah, I know what comes to the bottom, I know what to do.
What are the two call A, but change A to B. Okay, now do another question.
Oh. You want to finish and go, you can. Well, bell is false and still be in room is true. Stay in class. If you want to keep working, I don't mind. I'll stay for you if you want to. I'll stay for you. I'll give up my lunchtime to stay for you.
There's no line.
Break.
Oh, it's my lunchtime. But thanks for agreeing with me, though. Remember, if you need help with the assessment task, please approach me. Don't wait till the last day to go, I couldn't do it.